What's up guys, Petko here. Today we're going to talk about Shaman week 1, what to do, what to craft, what to focus on, trinket stats, anything and everything. Again, disclaimer, this is not a guide. Guide should be coming up next week. But before this, I would like to make this video to prevent all the panicking that's been happening now on Discord. What talents do I run, what builds do I play, 2Ps, 2Ps, 4Ps, what to craft, yada yada yada. So stay tight, watch the whole video, everything's gonna be okay, no panic, okay? Let's begin. Now, first thing first, I would like to address the issue, what am I going to be crafting? Which I believe it is by far the most important question. Now, whether or not you get a spark, by the way, you will get a spark eventually, because if you have done the campaign yourself, you should have right this one. This is the spark you should be getting. It's very early on, you get it within the first 2 or 3 chapters, I believe, or maybe chapter 2. That doesn't really matter. As soon as you get the spark, there's only one thing that I believe Mythic Plus will be the key point to the craft, and that's going to be either the boots, which are the Venom Stomper boots. I believe they're very, very good to craft early on in Mythic Plus, or you can craft also the bracers with the unique effect of getting verse like pretty much all stats rotating based on whether you take damage or you just do damage. So one of those two crafts I believe are the best. Now, since I got bracers already, I decided to double down and increase the my Venom Stompers and craft them a tier higher. Now, the reason why I am not crafting Spotter Cloak, which again, at the beginning I wanted to craft the Spotter Cloak, is because Spotter Cloak got severely nerfed, and I would not advise anybody that is going to play Mythic Plus in the upcoming season to craft Spotter Cloak as of now. Again, things could change, perhaps, but as I said right now, I will be crafting either the boots or the wrist. Preferably, I'm gonna go now with the boots, but yeah, that's my personal choice. You can go for anything else. Perhaps they're better crafting for rating. I personally care about Mythic Plus a lot more than rating, so heads up. And one side note, by the way, if you want to really try hard, you can try to get 20 renown, get the like the heroic reward, which is gonna pretty much boost your crafted item to 476. Again, this is something that not many will ever get. Maybe if you're within like very competitive people, like what at first race, etc. I'm gonna be okay with 18. I'm gonna try to get 18 for the augmentation rune. But you know, if you are a very, very try hard person, you might want to get 20. Get this, craft for 476. Or alternatively, guys, you can just wait in for the craft, not craft anything, and see how everything plays out, because perhaps they might be tuning this week, perhaps, I don't know. If you want to wait it out, then that's on your own. I'll be crafting the boots myself at least. All right, so next question is going to be about what stats am I going to be going for. So that would depend on a build you're going to be playing. Now, this is the build that you'll be playing as soon as you get your 4Ps, the new 4Ps. Now, I might want to swap out and play 2-piece plus 2-piece combo. So the old 2-piece tier set, the new 2-piece tier set, just for the sake of practicing, although it's a little bit worse than a full lighting build. Again, for the people that do not know what full lighting build is, check out my previous videos. Also on Discord, there's the talents that I'm putting there. Pretty much the OG season 2 build I'll be playing until I'll be getting the new 2-piece or 4-piece, depending how I feel. But I feel like I might want to swap out early on just to practice a little bit. Although I've had so much time on my hands during PTR. But again, TLDR, I would probably wait out to get my full 4-piece before I switch out. If you want to try 2-piece combo, give it a try. But it's gonna be a little bit worse in some dungeons. In some dungeons, you might do still fine. And yeah, this is the build you're gonna be playing the whole season pretty much for Mythic Plus. Tyrannical, 45, 20, 30, tanky, doesn't really matter. In my opinion, this is by far the best choice so far. Out of everything I've tested on PTR, this seems to be performing the best. Okay, and when it comes down to stats, which is again the next question is kind of gonna ask me, I'm gonna be focusing heavily on mastery and haste, but preferably haste first, just because I want to feel my global cooldowns a lot more going to the higher end keys. So haste, mastery both together, and then I want to be focusing on crit verse last, in my opinion. Now you might wanna swap out verse first and then crit, depending on further tuning. If they're above earthquake, then I think crit becomes a lot more powerful. But for now, just go heavy haste mastery, and after that, crit and verse kind of have equal in my opinion weights for Mythic Plus. Now Verse might be a bit more applicable just because you'll be getting the extra durability from it, but again, Haste Mastery first hat. After that, you can either go Verse and crit, doesn't really matter as much. When it comes down to Storm build, because you'll be playing the Storm build at the beginning, Storm build loves crit versus Mastery pretty much equally. On the higher mob count, you like Mastery a lot more. On a lower mob count, crit haste is a little bit better. So that's why a balanced portfolio between haste, Mastery, and crit will be a good choice. Hence why I said I'm gonna go for crit items at the beginning, because during the first week or two, I'll still be playing the Storm build, which means crit is still gonna be valuable. Now, as soon as I get the new 4Ps, then obviously crit is not as valuable as before. I hope this helps you though. My thoughts are kind of random. I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know what's up. Again, next week when I make the guide, I will talk about more details about rotation, specifically focusing on season 3, the new tier set, 2p on 2 targets, 5 targets, 1 target, 10 targets. I'll talk about trinkets. I'll talk about down the line embellishments and a lot more stuff. Hopefully you'll be able to catch out. Last thing, consumables. Now they remain the same pretty much from last season. The only change of heart here is as soon as you get the 4Ps, you want to be playing here with a flame tongue weapon, which means you will no longer be using a rune. A rune until the storm build is completed, or unless you get your 4Ps early on. And then as soon as you swap to flame tongue weapon, those two together cannot be used. So that's, I guess, a little bit better for you because it's cheaper to maintain this. On behalf of Flask, I believe there's only 2 flasks available. You can either play the first flask, which is the easier one, easier choice, or you can play the corrupted the element of chaos. This is my personal favorite and my choice, but that's really up to you. I usually try to min-max the flask duration and uptime depending on the situation, especially when I get my crit damage increase and I'm in a heavy AoE. Try to manipulate it at some point, but that's too min-maxy, and sometimes could be also dangerous for you. So if you are just want to play it safe, Verse Flask for you. This is a bit more, in my opinion, advantageous potion, put it this way. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you on stream almost every day. Come hang out, talk about gear optimization, yada yada yada. So yeah, that's everything. Peace out, boys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next week on YouTube for the guide, and tomorrow on Twitch.